Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't notice I had some technical difficulties, but my question was, and my discussion today is briefly, as it says right there. What does a Mason look like? To you to the people, all y'all that do not know me, I got the hat on. What does it say? What does the symbol look like? What does my ring? Okay. I know you got questions about why I got it this way. We discussed that at a later time. Maybe later on tonight I might explain it. If someone Chinese came up to you and said, I am a Mason, what does a Mason look like? I'm sure we all read the little cards. What is a Mason? But now it seems like the biggest problem that I'm having with a lot of brothers and sisters from the different jurisdictions is it is completely crazy and asinine to me. Please on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the page. Let's build these channels up. Okay, help me do this build a channel because I want to build a community. I want to build a relationship with everybody. Okay, but now before I go further, again, what does what do as you look at me? I'm African American, and apparently I am a Mason. I got the ring. I have the hat. What jurisdiction am I? Okay. If you see me or I see you in a distress like situation, would you come to my aid? That's the question. If I see an individual, brother or sister for that matter, and if I see a brother giving me the or saying what needs to be said that lets me know he's in a distressful like situation, I will be there to relieve him. Okay, you know the song. You know how we go at how we do. Now, if someone portraying himself as a Mason and he's carrying himself as a Mason, and he addresses me and he looks like me. What I mean by looking like me, if he's African American, what does a Prince Hall Mason look like? What does an international Mason look like? What does a modern free of the world look like? What does a Scottish Rite or a Yorkshire Rite Mason that's African American look like? Okay. And if you saw me in a distressful situation, if I don't belong to your Grand Lodge, would you help me? Or would you if you see I'm in if I'm hurt real bad, are you gonna ask me, am I from your same Grand Lodge? Am I international? Whatever. Would y'all do that? Now, if I gave the grand if I get assigned for emergency or I said some emergency words, you gotta be careful. We in a public setting. I don't wanna disclose how we do our things, you know what I'm saying? So I'm being mindful of that. But now, would you be concerned about why would I, like if I want to, when I ask a question, are you international? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can't tell me what jurisdiction I'm from, you just know I'm a Mason. And if you come up to me and you discuss them, you give me the hands, give me the hand, the greeting, the pleasantries, you and I gonna have a nice conversation. Okay. If you belong to the same Grand Lodge or the same even though we're from different jurisdictions, if you're from the same jurisdiction per se, you and I, if you don't belong to my jurisdiction in the state or the whole jurisdiction as a whole, you and I are going to have some good, decent conversations because I'm not on that level of because I'm from a different jurisdiction than you are. That I would talk down to you because you chose this Grand Lodge and I chose this Grand Lodge. But now, My question is, see, everybody was getting mixed up about this here. I understand from my jurisdictional point of view that I cannot engage in Masonic situations in a formal setting. And if we can't do it in a formal setting, but we can do it in this like this, we can wear these. We can wear this. We can't wear what's in my background right there. You know what I'm saying? We can't be formal and doing stuff out here. But see, in the community realm, we can come out here as individuals. You know what I'm saying? We can take a group of 5 brothers from every Grand Lodge and come out into these streets and save our children, uplift and educate, and the beautification of our community and do what we can do in our local governments and everything. Okay, when you look at this, the situation is going on. Like I forgot where it was, but a black man was murdered. He was assassinated by the police department in that town. They said about that he tried to hit them over and everything, and by the way he was shot, it depicts otherwise because he was shot in the head, the back. So there's some questions that should be asked. But now we need to look at all the stuff that goes on in our community right now. Like in Buffalo, we had an incident where another young black lady was attacked in an Arab store. Now, mind you, in Buffalo, New York, a lot of the Arab stores in our neighborhoods are the most raggediest and run down, rat infested, all kind of bullshit infested stores. Some are decent, some are definitely not. Trust me, they've been in our neighborhoods for years. Some has been downright disgustingly dirty, and some of them they came on a come up. Like they got the monies, they got all this money, and they built their stores. Now here come the Bangladesh. They got their markets. Now their markets are cleaner and more decently clean, cleansed, compared to some of the Arab stores. Because some of the Arab stores, like I said again, they downright nasty. Now, when we had this horrific storm about 2 or 3 years ago, a black man was trying to go into a store to get shelter up there on Bailey and Kensington. The man died in that snowstorm because they won't let him in. The bullshit story that they're telling, they said, well, they was in the building next door. We didn't see. They was in the building telling him, but that's neither here nor there. Now, we have some Arab stores over there. Now, the sad part about it is when the snowstorms hit, a lot of people looted the stores. It wasn't just African Americans and our brown relatives. The whole city got hit. Black, brown, and white hit these stores. They killed a lot of businesses when like the Dollar Generals, Family Dollar. A lot of them closed up stores forever. But now the thing is, see, a lot of these Arab stores, and see, for us being African Americans, some of us are gullible to that shit because like Price Choppers out there in Buffalo and Genesee. If you're from Buffalo, you know what it is on Genesee. You know what I'm saying? Them fools over there. And you got these fools on, up there on, the spot on Bailey and Kensington. They trying to pacify the people because they let a man die in there. But see, we as a people have to look at the fact that we as Masons need to be more vigilant in our neighborhoods. And see, with all this going on, here we are arguing about a jurisdiction. We dream about a piece of papers, okay? Who got recognition with the Grand Lodge of England, who doesn't? You got some you regular, you irregular. And Prince Hall, you got the most unrest civil war that's going on between the Prince Hall affiliation period. PHA against PHO. Okay? Now, again, which Grand Lodge do I belong to? For the people that know the things that when they see Masons, do y'all know the difference between the jurisdiction between internationals, modern free of the world, Scottish Rite, Yorkshire Rite? I know like some of the Grand Lodges like the internationals wear fezzes. I'm not exactly sure if modern free wear headgear or not. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to make comment on that. But example like a friend of mine, he's a Scottish Rite brother. They wear headgear, and so on. You know what I'm saying? But now, with that being said, If you saw a bunch of brothers with or without headgear, you're just gonna see a group of brothers with black suits on, regaled up maybe. Yeah, regaled up, but you're gonna say those are Masons. But why they got on these? Why he got a hat? Why he don't? Why he got that? Because they don't know what the feds is. They're gonna say, what is that? Saying why he wearing that? Saying, well, why they don't? They don't know the key big difference in the jurisdiction. But here we are arguing about who is better than who. This is the bull crap that we have to stop because see, we can work together as an individual groups. We understand we just can't work as a lodge or a chapter. But we can do it as an informal chapter in the lodge. You know what I'm saying? We can come out there as a lodge, come out there in an informal capacity and work with another group of brothers in your city and uplift your neighborhoods. But we won't do that because we so full of garbage because we talking about I'm that. Okay. If you don't know by now, brothers and sisters, and to the viewing audiences, remember, like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page, okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Help build my pages up. And come chat with me. Leave a comment. But now, I am Prince Hall. I'm from the most fortunate Prince Hall Grand Lodge of New York. I belong to Electric City Lodge number 49. Electrify the sky we do. You know what I'm saying? It should be lightning bolts across the sky right now, right there. But that's another story. I'm just teasing y'all. But listen, I was talking to one of my brothers of the yesterday in class of instruction, one of the past masters. And I asked him, if y'all saw me on the street with this hat on, I said, what does a Mason look like? What does a Prince Hall Mason look like? And it was like, in a sense, right? And the brother told me, he said, like, when it comes to working with each other, he said, we can't work with each other. I believe you said you can wear the hat, but see, some people say I won't do it because they work with the hat. Listen, if we took the same obligation, we wear the same emblems, and we got the same everything. Now, in every jurisdiction, like the states, even like in Prince Hall, even in Prince Hall, some of our books are different by a few words here and there, missing, different compared to what's in my book. But the question is, why do we self-segregate ourselves over bullshit stuff? We separate ourselves over the little. Oh, question: what's better, African Methodist Episcopalian Church or Southern Baptist Church? Okay, what's better? Uh Episcopal, like black Episcopalian against Methodist? You know what I'm saying? Ebenezer Baptist Church compared to St. John's Baptist Church or St. John's Lutheran, whatever. Y'all preach from the same Bible, okay? You got the Sunnis and the Shiites. They preach from the same Quran, okay? We do our stuff out the same book, but yet we argue about this and that. Why? Because see, if we come together, put this stuff down, man. Because see, here it is. We got our children killing each other. Because the stuff pretty much the same stuff we do. Because they neighborhood, they this block. We got our kids dying in the streets. We got kids underperforming in school. A lot of our kids don't go to college. A lot of our boys end up in jail instead of in college and school. They want to do this rap stuff and they want to play sports, and you got too many kids living in the streets. As a Mason, I am extremely concerned. Every time I look at my Facebook page, I see all these missing kids. Where is the outcry for the kids, black, white, brown, and yellow? Because that's what's being snatched up, our children. But as a Masons, we sit up in here arguing about our jurisdictions. Irregular, bogus, regular. But our neighborhoods our neighborhoods are screwed up. As I was driving down my street, I live in the suburbs. I seen city crews. I seen the city crew pay, put no patch jobs on the potholes in their neighborhoods. But when you go to Buffalo, especially through the east side, them potholes getting bigger and bigger, deeper and deeper. Before they now we get a new mayor. We're gonna see what this clown do, right? Because the last brother we did, well, take that back. The last clown we did really, he looked just like us. He was from the east side, but he's from the Bronx. He came to Buffalo, man, and he tore the city a new asshole. I mean, you got these potholes everywhere. You got streets with houses. There's like one or two houses still standing in the building. Now we were under the impression as a community when he tore down all these dilapidated buildings, he would put something there, houses, playgrounds, industrial work, something that help bring back the community. But now they're trying to do things back now for the east side because, excuse me, it's that time of year. They're trying to gentrify the east side. My thing was when you left Buffalo because you want to get to the suburbs, it's too late, fools. Because see now you got the Arabs that came in here out of Lackawanna. They don't settle all over the east side. You got the Bangladesh come up here about the east side and everything, and you got all this is the middle the newcomers. Most of them, some of them not all, some are good, but see, you got to think about it. A good percentage of them are the biggest slum lords compared to the original inhabitants of the east side. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are just some of them are just downright disgusting. Some is downright just stupid. Some are nice. Okay, like with the Arabs, the Arabs they argue with them. They feel that they were first, blah blah blah. But see, that's what I heard the argument. They fighting because because Bangladesh this and that. Now they got some clean stores. I appreciate this. Their markets are clean compared to some of the Arab stores. Like I said, some of the Arab stores are downright disgustingly dirty. But as a Prince Hall Mason, but like I said now, my thing is, as a Prince Hall Mason, I'm proud to be called a Prince Hall Mason. I was proud to join. Now, I had the opportunity to join the International Grand Lodge here in Buffalo. I would have been proud if I'd have joined the Modern Free. I saw the website. I wanted to join Modern Free of the World at that time. I was still dipping and dabbing on how to get into masonry and everything. And I was looking at on website. Whatever Grand Lodge that I would have joined in the past, I would have been proud to join. Now, if it was an issue, and I would have found it an issue, like a lot of brothers found out that they said they feeling that they was duped when they got in modern. They was duped when they got in PHO. Some of them they got in duped when they got in Scottish Rite. If I would have felt that way when I got in that, if I would have gotten that Grand Lodge, any one of those Grand Lodges, I would have did the same thing I was did, left, and leave it the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? Now, the main thing would be still, as if I was a modern free, something makes of the world, or a John G. Jones Grand Lodge, ancient free and accepted, I would still say, why can't we, as a brother who look like this here, we ain't got to put the apron and gloves on. We can come out, put our hats on, our jackets on, and let's go out there and pull a young boy to the side and say, come here, man, put your pants up. Stick your stomach in, stick your chest out. Talk like you supposed to talk like a man. And the same with the sister telling the young sisters that. Because see, I forgot where I heard this saying from, but see, I still use it. In order for a boy to be a man, he must first see one. Again, in order for a boy to be a man, he must first see one. To be one, ask one. Ain't that what we say? No, the first man he gonna see, or the first male he gonna see, in some cases of the word, is his father. Or the first one he may see may be his grandfather. The first person he may see in his life may be a stepdaddy or an uncle or older cousin. Okay, they either gonna mentor him and look at him, show a good example, positive examples, or they're gonna give him negative, on the male side. Okay, it's a difference between being a black male and a black man. That's what you got to realize. And that's the same thing goes as for our younger sisters. In order for our younger sisters to be a woman, they must first see a woman. And I told the girls that when I worked with the kids, both of the boys and girls when I was working at Hopeville. And again, As a Mason, we got to come out here and drop this crap. Self segregation is a bad thing. We're 26 years into the 21st century. 26 years. Oh, not that. Into the 21st century, and here we are still talking about I'm bigger, I'm better than you. My grand lodge is better. Listen, what goes on in your grand lodge stays in your grand lodge. What goes on in the district stays in your district. What goes on in your lodges stays in your lodges. But we, as an individual, man, can come out here and work in the communities. If you work in the community, if you're willing to stand by me, I would stand by you. If we got the same common cause to uplift our neighborhoods, as Marcus Messiah Garvey stated, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we need to do, as Minister Louis Farrakhan, Minister Louis Malcolm X, we need to do for ourselves and uplift our communities because our neighborhoods are in a rust. We've down. We got in Buffalo. We the food the food deserts are being fulfilled by by the Bangladesh markets as because the Arab stores they were just there. They were just profiting off the people. They raped the people. That was just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Because now some of them trying because they got a little money. They got money. They got the money off the backs of our people. So that's why they expanding their stores. Like it's a gas station on Bailey and right across from the police station. Since it's been completed and expanded, I went in there. Now you figure it'd be a brand new building, it'd be look decent, but it was kind of dirty looking in there already. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's but still like we need to come together and create our own businesses, build our own houses, maintain our own neighborhoods, our own because the police ain't gonna look out for us. Because like for them to jump that girl in that store even though when they did on first what they did on Jefferson and East Ferry some time ago, police wasn't involved. But that was a black owned store and they jumped on that girl the way they did on Maplewood High and Jefferson and Broadway. The owners would have been in jail before the girl who stole the money. But what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, we need to come together. We need to be out there helping our community. Now, if you're in Buffalo, New York, and you know who I am, hit me up on Facebook, Darvin Nath on Facebook. I'm always accepting blankets to give to our homeless people. Me and one of my brothers, he was my dean, he was my beloved dean. It's because of him and a couple other brothers that made me the Mason that I am. You know what I'm saying? Because of what they taught us, not the way he taught, the way he carried himself, the way he acted as a Mason, and then the work he did when he brought me in. Okay, now if you're in Buffalo and you're looking for a gun permit, come to No Paces Safety Club. Look on Facebook, and looking here on YouTube. You may find this page in there, No Paces Safety Club. Tell them Darvin, brother, tell them Senior Warren Darvin Adams sent you. And if you belong to the fraternities or your education, or you a medical and so on, veteran, military vet, just go to his page and find out. Okay, and come legally and responsibly armed. Okay. Joseph Woodley, retired Marine, St. John's Lounge number 16, y'all. And again, we need to come together and put this bull crap down about who's better, what Grand Lodge is this, what Grand Lodge is that. We are all men before we became Masons. Okay. I will stand with you if you international, if you modern free, if you ancient free, or Scottish right, Yorkshire right. I will stand. If you even with the Moorish right for that matter, I will stand with you. Will you stand with me? Will you help me bring a other brother into our craft? If he's worthy, I am not in the. If he comes to you, then by all means, embrace him. I'm not gonna shout out. Don't go to them. They full of crap. I'm gonna tell you, embrace him. Teach him. You know what I'm saying? It's not about competition. Okay. So please, brothers and sisters, let's come together and put this cycle down. Why do we hate each other? Somebody put on the Facebook page because, like I said again, a young lady from Buffalo, New York, was beaten by an Arab store on Maple and High Streets out there in the medical corridor, the Fruit Belt neighborhood. Where's the outcry? Okay, why? Like I said, the person said we have too many enemies as black men to be enemies to each other because we are our greatest enemy in masonry, in the fraternities, in society, in the schools, in businesses. We are our greatest enemy. You making too much money than I am. You got a store right here, you got a store over here. You making too much money, so I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna get your money. I'm gonna get your business. It don't usually work like that. We need to support each other. Period. You know what I'm saying? And see, if you support, if the Grand Lodge is supporting each other, we be in a better place in a craft, in the lodge, the community, the schools, the banks, political field. They're like. Let me tell you what Mike Williams. I forgot his lodge, but he was an international Freedom Scepter Mason, and he, my cousin Charles and myself, we was always together. He introduced us to Miss Carol. She worked at the community center over there in one of our housing projects in Buffalo. And like I said, the brothers, the community did not know the difference between Mike Williams, Charles Kelly, and myself. Charles, my cousin, him and I were both, we Prince Hall Mason. I'm from St. John's Lodge. He's from Paramount Lodge. And Big Mike was from an international lodge. He was a senior one of us at that time. And see, on two occasions, the people witnessed the power and loyalty in Masonry. But like I said again, they didn't know the difference between being a Prince Hall and a national. But they just saw one day when Miss Carol got Mike upset. And Mike said, "Let's go." When he walked out the room, me and my cousin got in step, and we walked out with him. And they seen the power in that on two occasions. So the first time it happened, when we came back, I explained to Miss Carol. I said, "Miss Carol," I didn't tell the full detail. I just said, "Miss Carol," because she saw the loyalty that we had for Mike. And I told him, Mike is the senior warden of his lodge. He's second in command. See, I couldn't give her all the detail because, I didn't want to expose our secret. But like a brother told me before, when I met that brother, when I met Mike, and I seen him again, he said, "Brothers think we got a secret. We not a secret society. We just brothers with a secret." Beyond that, but now listen. I said, Miss Carol, as Mike is a senior warden, he's second in command. When he said, "Let's go," we had to leave. And then people witnessed that a second time. But now, when Mike transitions, and that was a very, very heartbreaking event. That was a heartbreaking day when I got the news that Big Mike had transitioned. You know what I'm saying? But now, when I'm talking to his wife, because he had just got married, I think he had just he just, he just achieved his first anniversary as a marriage to this sister. And when her and I talked, I told about on the two occasions that Mike, he showed the power in the loyalty in Masonry. When I told him what happened, I told him how he lived. I said, "No, even though," I said, "Mike, at the time of his passing, he was the worship master of his lodge. We couldn't go to his funeral because they didn't have one because of COVID at that time. So everything was shut down. But now, bottom line was this. I said, Sister Williams, I said, even though Mike had no jurisdiction over us, we still love this man. So he said, let's go. We respected him that much that we stepped out of there like we was in the military. But see, no one cared. No one noticed the difference because they don't know what a Prince Hall Mason is. They don't know what an International Mason is unless they were educated by somebody in the family of theirs, or they just don't know. That's just the bottom line. So again, what does an International Mason look like? How do you know I'm a Prince or a Mason? I told you I was a Prince or a Mason. But what if I said I was lying? No, I'm not. But I am. I'm a Prince or Mason. I belong to the most worshipful Prince or Grand Lodge of the state of New York. Now, I did speak to somebody from my Grand Lodge about doing a podcast with other brothers. And again, it's brought down, and I understand that, and I won't do it. I will not discuss ritualistic work or anything Grand Lodge matters. Lodge matters. Grand Lodge or Lodge, ritualistic work we won't discuss. I accept that. I don't expect nothing else. If you want to talk ritualistic work, you do it in your lodge. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you come to my page, I got a page on Facebook, Darvin Adams, in the Company of Black Men. I got the title of that book from the book I read itself, In the Company of Black Men. The reason why I did that title was simply put, because I wanted to talk first to the brothers and sisters from the various jurisdictions, see what your temperature is. Now, I got a small turnout. So if you come to my page, Darvin Adams on Facebook, hit the link which says In the Company of Black Men. Right now I'm doing just black men and black and brown men first. Okay, don't get it misconstrued. I'm not trying to be prejudiced. I don't want to exclude our white brethren. I want to keep it all black and brown first. Because see, when I go to the other page, I think they modern free or international. I'm not 100% sure, but the backlash I'm getting on the question I asked, why can't we work together? So I asked, why can't we work together as an independent of each of our lives? It's you get some, but it's still some disturbing factors involved. Why we hate each other because we're from different jurisdictions. I don't get this. Why, brothers and sisters, please let's put an end to this. Because if we can come together, see, this is why we can't get the respect we deserve because we don't respect each other. We don't respect ourselves. Okay, like for example. I know a brother who had lost 12 relatives from January to June. And you had a fool, okay, made a comment saying if he lost one more relative, he's going to be by himself. Now, what kind of nonsense would a brother say that to about another brother who just lost his 12th relative? You don't get that. And now he's a worship master of his lodge, and he's pitiful. It's like, how is it that you got brothers who backstab each other in your own jurisdiction? Okay, that's why I said I want to get the temperature of the brothers and sisters first before we can talk to our the Grand Lodge counterparts. You know what I'm saying? Our European brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because like we have too many enemies amongst ourselves. We got too many backstabbers in our lodges. But we need to stop all this because I joined the lodge because I want to be a bigger factor to myself. I want to be a part of something much greater than myself. I want to be able to learn new things, create new camaraderies, networking, everything, and then get out. Because of the order, I do some of the things that I've done outside the lodge. I'm doing a blanket drive for our homeless people. When we had our veterans, our homeless veteran up there, and from Buffalo, you're from Buffalo, you know what I'm talking about on Wyoming, when I get food from people having barbecues with the family, and I got extra food, I would bring it down to the veterans, sell it over to the staff. When I was at the VA, 'cause I retired from the VA from the adult daycare, so help the adult daycare. I used to go to the donut shop. What's that donut shop y'all on Sheridan Drive, y'all? I forgot the name of that. If you see this, hit me up on the messenger. Hit me up on message. Leave a message. The donut shop on Sheridan Drive. They used to have a spot on Kenmore and Inglewood before they moved on Elm Sheridan. They give out these big, giant, huge boxes of donuts. So I grab those boxes of donuts and I take it to the adult daycare center for the guys there. And what's left, I take it to the adult. I'll take it to the homeless veteran shelter over there, right? Where they call me when they see me coming, because my uncle worked there. My uncle James Woods. Y'all, if y'all know James Woods, hit me up in the comments. Y'all in YouTube, on Facebook and YouTube. And see, they should come in there. When they see me coming, when I just come just hang on my uncle, or just come and see see some of the guys that work there, cause I know, and they was like, "You the donut man." Come on, y'all, I love that. But now, this is the thing: we got to come together and stop this bullshit and become brothers and sisters. Be good, brother, true. How you gonna say you're a good, true brother, Mason, when you stab it, when y'all backs on each other? You know what I'm saying? That's why I joined the craft. I joined the craft because it made me a better man. I'm giving out when I get a chance to help out the homeless veterans. I'm doing that. I'm there. I'm out in the community helping people get turkeys for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I got a toy drive I've been doing for several years, giving out to the to the Food Bank Coalition. Like when Solo Eats, man, yo, and if you in Buffalo, New York, on Jefferson Ferry, I forgot the address, but it's on Jefferson East Ferry. You see a big sign, Solo Eats. Look at here, y'all. When you see that spot, if you coming into town, you see that spot, go in and get the honey mustard wings. I don't know what he did to that mustard sauce, that honey mustard. It is the bomb. Every time I go in there and I see Past Master Solo, his name is Solo. When I see Past Master Solo Hurst, I'm like, brother, I'm gonna rob the store, and all I want is the damn honey mustard sauce. That's how good it is. Brothers and sisters, they even got those deep fried tacos. I don't know what it is. It's the sauce that bring that man. Solo Eats. If you in Buffalo and you coming in, if you coming to Buffalo or East Ferry and Jefferson, I forgot the address, but you see the sign out there. Solo Eats. Get the honey mustard chicken wings and or the deep fried tacos. Either one you want. That sauce, Lord have mercy. And he's a brother. Okay? He did a lot for the community. We also we need to be out in the community. But see, like I'm out in the community doing what I need to do for my people. Because like I said, it was a shame for some of the things you hear in the lives. But see, I had to bring this up because see, for a man who became the master of his lives, to sit there and make a joke about a man who just lost 12 family members from January to June, for him to make a joke like that there, and he had a son who happened to pass who happened to pass away, who had he had that but we're not gonna get into that. And I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna bring that here. But it's just the fact that some you got a brother like you got brothers like him. Nowadays you just wonder why and how did the craft survive? You know what I'm saying? When you got people in your lives that does this, but see, if we still can come together and just do what we got to do and work as a unit, okay? We like Mike said, Big Mike said again with Big Mike. Mike said, brother, he said, Darvin, if we can come together, internationals and the Prince Hall Masons, we can run Buffalo. The politicians have to come to us. You know what I'm saying? They come to us. Tell us what go talk to us. We go back and find what the people want and come back and saying this is what the people want. This what they said. But we can't get together first because we got people that work at City Hall that's not really working with us. They there. But see, if we come together, have to say, yo, this is because when you go to Buffalo, you see on the east side, east side is always the last one to get fixed up. Like when we had the mass shooting some years ago, a couple years ago, all that money that came in from all around the world was allocated to other projects because we had that puppet. My father, before he passed away, he said that dude we had in the City Hall was the white man's puppet. Because all that money that he got, because most of it's in his bank accounts, him and some of the people in I don't want to say it, but we all know the nigga that left Buffalo that quit, he came out of rich, man. And all them projects they got that's out there in South Buffalo, they only took like 750,000 of it to fix up some sidewalks on East Ferry, on Fillmore and all that. See, if we came together, like in Buffalo, we came together, have all the Prince Hall Masons. I'm not sure. I know they got a strong international Grand Lodge presence in Buffalo. I'm not sure about Montefredo and on the Scottish Rite of Yorkshire. I'm not 100% sure what's here in Buffalo, but I do know they have a strong Prince Hall presence and a strong international in Buffalo. If we can all take our heads out our asses, if you're in the Air Force, if you was in the military, Navy, on an aircraft carrier, you know what this means. Take your head out of your ass. If we take our heads out our asses and act like grown men. We can tell City Hall, boy, fix these holes, fix these sidewalks. You know what I'm saying? No, no, no. We put you in, we create them black votes and put you out. Because some of the black votes, we have some of our black council members, like that one, like let me see again. Let me do this. Like when Reverend Sharpton came to Buffalo after the mass shooting, he said there was too many punks in the pulpit, and it was said by one of our key people in our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get no names, okay? Because I don't want to start no drama with But now it was said that when the brother Reverend Sharpton said it's too many punks in the pulpit. And it was told to me that he was standing in the punk's pulpit. You know what I'm saying? He drive a BMW. He was a clown that told me I was lost. I said, well, you teach a. I said, go ahead and go. I said, you lost. You don't want teaching truthful sermons. You know what I'm saying? And see, like he didn't want to put that bull crap out there tomorrow. East Buffalo. What the fuck is East? What the fuck is an East Buffalo? This is East Side, man. This Buffalo's East Side. But see, we got to come together as men first, and then become a Mason for real, for real. I know I took an obligation, but my obligation does not prevent me from working with a brother in a non-large matter business, and not, you know what I'm saying. We can work together as a group of brothers. If 20 brothers from International come out here and we get 20 brothers from Prince Hall, we ain't got to be in aprons and gloves because we can't do it. We already know that. All we got to do is put our hats on, put our rings on, and get our hands dirty and go out there and save our kids, save our community, save our schools, build our own, create our own businesses. Do what we got to do to better ourselves and stop being a damn ass. On that note, brothers and sisters, please like and subscribe on my page. If you're on Facebook, hit me up, Darvin Adams. And if you join the group in the company of black men, leave a comment if you can. Leave a comment. Tell me what's going on in y'all districts. Let me know. I'm looking for fundraising ideas, y'all. Ways we can make monies for our communities. You know what I'm saying? So when we raise this money for our lodges, we can pay our bills and we can help our communities out better, so we can do our thing. Hit me up in the comments. What can we talk about next? And if you a Prince Hall Mason, then you're willing to stand by International, a modern free of the world, ancient free John G. Jones. Listen, let's stand together. Because if we don't stand together, protect each other, then we're going to be dead. We survived everything that was thrown at us. We made it through the middle passage. And we here. We still here. They tried to lynch us. We still here. They bombed our churches. We still here. They put us in combat. They put us on the front lines. Brothers and sisters, we're still here. Let's come together, because I will stand with the International Mason. I will stand with the Mountain Free. If you stand with me. Okay, because if I'm in trouble and I get that sign and symbol that I'm in trouble, they're not going to ask me, are you this lodge? Come on, man. Let's stop this nonsense, okay? With that being said, brothers and sisters, peace. See, right now, we together. This is not a peace. This is victory. And we know we don't have it, so we gotta stop doing it because this is victory. If do the research on this, y'all, but I'm leaving it alone right now. We together. We got to be together. So we want togetherness. Hit me up on the comments. Hit the page up. Hit my Facebook page up. If you can, in Buffalo, give me some blankets. If you got blankets that you unused, if you can, I might be asking it much. I might be asking too much. If you live out of Buffalo, New York, and you can send me the blankets, I know that might be asking a lot, too much. I understand that, but I'm sorry though. I just wanted to do this shit. It was funny. But brothers and sisters, please Wake up. Let's stop the madness. Let's go save our kids. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I remember I seen the sign. I'm gonna finally take a picture. Like, I took a picture of the dude. He had a sign saying, "What did we do that we hated so much?" I'm gonna make a sign. What did we do that we hate each other? Okay. Do y'all really believe the Woody Lynch? If you don't believe it, then why you do it? Because we hate each other. Because, like, we don't like our light skinned people, our light skinned brothers and sisters. We say that they're. Let me see. Light skinned kids say they pretty boys. Dark skinned kids say they players. All that good stuff, right? 'Cause I remember my cousin, a dark skinned cousin of mine, right? Tell me, I'm a pretty boy. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna discuss that because I don't know nothing about no pretty boy, this and that stuff. Because, like, see, I'm not light skinned. I never had those pretty eyes. I never had no like that dink dink they hair they had. If they was light skinned, yeah, who cares? You know what I'm saying? But, like, anyway, we gotta grow up. We gotta be men. We gotta help our. We gotta put our children on. If this boy don't have his father around for whatever reason, we need to pull him to us. Come here, son. You know what I'm saying? We need to put up our bootstraps and go out there and protect our neighborhoods, man. Everything. We need to stop the senseless killing of each other because we, like I said, we are our greatest enemies. We need to protect our women more. Like when a woman was jumped on in the store in Buffalo last year on Jefferson and Broadway. There's two locations on Jefferson and on Jefferson. One is on Jefferson and Ferry, one on Jefferson and Broadway. A sister was attacked. A young brother jumped in. Okay, and I'm not sure what happened with the sister on Maple and High, but she had contact with one of our community activist sisters, but, like, she never called her back. But see, where's the outcry? We need to be looking out for our. And then again, where is the outcry for our children? All these missing kids, brothers and sisters. Why is no one saying anything? Let's come together. Let's get our kids in order. Let's get our schools in order, man. Let's do what we can do to help better our community as a better ourselves. Because they like they were talking about it at this meeting about the in the Perry about the South Buffalo. Now, see, the one brother talking about because Buffalo in the Perry projects over there. Now, what they're saying about the crime, the drugs. See, from thing I don't agree with some things in the drug because, see, people gonna follow the drug because, see, the projects is right here in this part of South Buffalo. Everything on this on the other side of South Buffalo is all European, up there all the way up. You may see blacks and little here sparse of black young families over here and there, but a large population of the in the housing compound over there are most likely Hispanic and African American, and a low percentage of European Americans. But now they're using that scale model to say the high crime rate and everything is right there, so they can find a way. In other words, they're trying to gentrify the neighborhoods by putting up in new buildings and stuff, unaffordable housing, so so people can come out the suburbs because like they went there, they wanted to be there in the first place. But when they went there, now they want their grandkids want to come out to Buffalo because when it snow here, boy, we get hit. And if they can't get in Buffalo because, see, our county executive had to go off on the mayor of Buffalo on national TV because, see, we always in the city the last one to get dug out. In the suburb, they got them big giant plows. They got a big snowblower on the side. They just drive down there. But Buffalo just ass backwards. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And every year they got a snow plan. 2 years ago we had a bad snowstorm. I forgot the number of people died, but that was the number they said died. But we don't know exactly how many people died because they don't know, and the ones they do know about, they're not telling. But so right now, it was like maybe 40, maybe 50 something people died in a snowstorm that we know of. But see, again, they probably got the full number by now, and they probably got bodies that they haven't found just yet by chance. But we know what I'm saying? Because every year they say they got a snow plan, and every year when they get back, we get stuck, and then we the last ones dug out. Everything around Buffalo dug out. The city itself is the last one to get dug out. That's a shame. It's a shame. Until next time, brothers and sisters, togetherness. Like, subscribe, okay? Please like and subscribe. Hit me up on Facebook, Darvin Adams, and the company of black men. Hit the page up. Leave a comment about how we, as a black man and black woman, can work together without talking. Like, as long as we don't do ritualistic work, y'all. Come, on, let's get this neighbor. Let's get this together. Let's build up our neighborhood. We don't have to. What I'm saying, we join, but I didn't join to get into no argument with somebody because he's a Prince Hall or not. That ain't why I joined. I joined to get the love. If I see a brother, I'm gonna give him love. Black, white, brown, yellow, Prince Hall, Ancient Free, Giant Free, whatever. Big Lot Free. I don't care if you can give me the hand grip and sign password like we always done something doing. You can be from Godzilla Grand Lodge. I'm gonna show you love. You show me love, and that's all it's all about, y'all. Come on, let's just